Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. My name's Kevin, and this is my shop. And what we have here is what I've been waiting on. For this series that we're going to do, we're going to throw all kinds of stuff at this. We got 3 different carburetors, 4 total counting the BM18. We'll be trying that towards the end. We have the regular NT, the speed, and the infamous HP carburetor. We have plenty of jets and stuff to get all this done. We're going to run through all the ignitions. We're going to run through the stock. Then we're going to run through the high energy, supposedly magneto. And then I've got a brand new catnip and a brand new BBR stage 2 ignition too. Not only that, we have the infamous red wire ignition, I mean CDI, and then we have the stock CDI. We'll be running all of that with this stock exhaust. We're going to find out whether this is supposed to have a regular intake on it. We're going to find out whether the long runner or short runner makes any difference. Then we're going to put a polished unit that I do on there and see if that makes any difference. And all this can be done with a stock pipe. On the bike, I've got temperature, RPMs, and we'll be recording everything, miles per hour, the whole 9 yards. We're going to bring this engine from completely how you'd get it in a kit form. I didn't need a kit. I had all these other parts. All I needed was a simple motor. I found this for $79, but you all saw that in a previous post. So without further ado, let's see what we got in the box. And not only that, we're going to mount it up. We're going to put the degree wheel on it, and we're going to find out what porting numbers that we have on this plain stock motor. We're going to take the head off naturally, check the piston, make sure it's in right, and then we're just going to put it right back together, and we're going to start running it. So that's what we're going to do first. So let's see what we got. There's a few holes in the box. Okay. Packaging is not a big concern. See that? Okay, and that's just like the picture said it was. Clutch feels pretty good. Oh. Got the piston down there pretty good. Not too bad. We can see the gasket right there and everything else. We can see all the Allen or hex hardware. We're going to do a little measurement right quick. .40 millimeter. 40 millimeter. All right. So far, so good. Not too bad. Okay. So we're gonna get it on a stand, and like I said, I didn't need all that other stuff. How many of y'all out there put the chain guard on that comes in these kits? A lot of people are buying wheels that have holes in them to bolt sprockets on so they don't use the rad joint, and not too many people, some people do, use that chain tensioner, which is to me dangerous. I didn't need any of that. I got throttle, I got everything on the bike. So we're just going to do some testing. Now we're going to do all this with this pipe, then we're going to go on with the CDH 67 pipe, see what it does in its stock configuration. We're not going to mess with any of that. We're just going to mess with the ignition and what have you. We're going to find out what ignition runs it the fastest. That'll be the number one modification. We're going to find out what carburetor runs it the better. That's going to be the number one modification. And then we're going to go into the expansion chamber, the CD867. We're going to see what that does. And then we're going to put the KTM 65 fatty, FMF fatty on it. See what that does. And then when we get through with that, we're going to run all through it again. We're going to take the motor down. We're going to port it to what we think we should and what we think y'all should. Because after you see the numbers on this, I'm going to get some recommendations from some people I know. And I can't wait to see what I read about that. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, actually, the piston's down there pretty good. But we're going to figure out what the squash is and everything. And, you know, we're going to go from there. The hardware and everything, the fit and everything on it looks good. We're not going to break the case until we do the final modification, which will be everything. True crank, the whole 9 yards. If this puppy lasts that long, this might be like Old Yeller. We might be shooting it pretty quick. Okay, now what markings I can find on it is LD80. And that's about it. So like I said, we're going to get it up on a test stand, up on the test stand or the teardown stand, and we're going to see what the inside of this puppy looks like. All right, guys, let's get that done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to check to see what the breaking point of these head bolts are, to see if they are torqued in properly. And we are going to set this on 60 and to see if they're going to break. And that would actually be 60 inch-pounds is 5 foot-pounds. That one didn't break loose. That one didn't break loose. That one didn't break loose. So we're going to go to 120, and that's 10 foot-pounds. And like I said, first was 60. That's 120, that'd be 10 foot-pounds. Uh-huh. All right. That one broke loose. That one broke loose. That one didn't. Okay. We're not going to worry about it because they broke at 10. They were close. We were all the way there, but they were close. All right. We'll be putting them back. Exactly 10. Maybe 13 or 12. standard 7cc head. Okay, so let's get the piston stop on here. Alright. And I'm going to tip this up so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, we got that on 0. Alright, now the piston's hitting. We're going to set it on 0. Tighten this back up. And I'm going to have to pick it up for that. 0. We go all the way back around, and we are on 10, like 13. So let's put it on. Like 6, 7. It's like 6, 7. So you want it whenever you spin it around. And this is when you're using a stop, and I'm going to show y'all why. So I'm going to say that's 7 there. I'm going to go all the way around. And that's about 7 there. So what's happening, it's obvious that the piston is hitting this, the piston stop. And it won't go no farther up. So right now, we can take this off. We already know where our dead top center, top dead center and bottom center and all that's going to be. I don't want to separate the cylinder from the bottom end because we're putting it right back together. What we're wanting to know is what all the numbers are. Are they good? They bad? Indifferent? Sure what all that is. So this right here is top dead center. You really can't see that piston move, and it's not moving. That's the dwell between that 7 and 7, and it's 14 degrees, and you see it moving now. All right. And they put a little bit of oil in it. Like the damn pistons. The arrow's in the right place, but that necessarily don't mean nothing. All right. Now, zero, 90 degrees, so we're looking at 105. Okay, and we're going to go down here. And that's right, when that's open at 1.5 thousandths, and we're sitting on 120, 120, 121, 122. Let's call that 122, which I could come up a little bit more. Just call it 120. So that's 15 blow down. That should blow down. Intake closes at 60. The way this stuff works is it will be opening at 60. And that's correct. So that's the numbers on it. I'm going to want your feedback on that. Tell me what you think. Now the torque will be done in 2 or 3 sequences. We're going to start off at 5. And then we're going to go to 10. And then after that, always snug them up in a crisscross pattern. Just when they just start to get a little tight. Now we go to 120, which is 10 foot-pounds. Crisscross pattern. going 140 inch-pounds. See how they feel. $140 is about as much as I would want to go. 140 inch-pounds. There we go. All right. Now we're going to test the squish. Always test your squish this side, never front back. The reason being is you want to test it over the wrist pin. If you test it over here, you might get a piston rock and it might not be a proper measurement. And this solder measures out to what? 0, and that is exactly 1 millimeter. Okay, we got it smushed. We got it smushed down, or crush it. And that's 1.83 squish. These engines are designed to not run good. But we're going to run that one just like that. And we're going to run it through the whole test of everything. So that would be pretty interesting. And hopefully we'll turn this horrible port number. The engine itself doesn't look bad. You know, it looks pretty decent. So, is it worth $79? Yeah. But you're going to have to do some stuff to it. So the head's all tight and back down. I'm going to, in the next video, I'll be getting this out, getting it in the bike. We'll be getting all the stuff on it, and we'll be getting it fired up. And we're also going to check some heads too. We've got aftermarket, the stock head, and the aftermarket head as well. So that's it, boys and girls. This is the starting of a series of sending this motor all the way to where it's going to run, hopefully. Or we're going to shoot it like old yellow, one of the two. So y'all have a good day, and y'all be careful, and utmost, please, ride safe. Time for some shout outs to some really good channels that y'all need to subscribe and check out and subscribe to. Alright guys, y'all have a good day.